It's time. The potatoes are ready for the ground. Today, I have a friend here to help me plant 64 pounds of seed potatoes and share step-by-step tips that help beginners grow a successful potato crop. Potatoes are one of the most rewarding garden crops. Nutritious, productive, and versatile. A single plant can produce several pounds of potatoes, and planting 64 pounds sets us up for plenty of harvest later this year. Before planting, I chitted our seed potatoes. That means letting them sprout little green eyes in a cool light spot. Chitting helps give them a head start once they go in the ground. Garden experts suggest chitting speeds up early growth, especially helpful for those in shorter seasons.
The Kennebec potatoes have been sitting on the porch for quite a while, and you can see they're starting to get eyes. We're about ready to plant, so I'm going to start cutting these so that they have at least 24 to 48 hours to heal over on the cut side, and we will have even more than 201 potatoes to plant. I sorted out all of the ones that were really small, about the size of an egg or a little larger. I have 98 that I will not cut, and all of the ones on the floor I will be cutting. I'm looking for potatoes that have more than one eye. This one has several eyes on it that have already started growing plants. And as long as I have 2 eyes per section, I can cut this up into several pieces and plant each one. Each one should grow a plant. This being a new garden, I'm not expecting huge things, which is why I have 201 potatoes to plant before I cut them up. After we cut these into sections, who knows how many I'll have. You want to make sure each section is about the size of an egg. So I'm not going to cut these at every 2 eyes. That would make it way too small. But I'm going to cut this one at least into 3, it looks like. I can make at least 3 plants out of this one. This end has not got the eyes growing out, but you can see where they've started. There's one there, one there. So they will continue to grow. So I'm just going to cut them straight across. And it's this cut area that needs to scab over before I plant it. If I don't, this potato will rot in the ground. So by letting it air dry and create a scab over the end, it'll kind of turn brown before I plant it. It'll help protect it and the plant. So this potato's already 3. Well, it'll be 3 plants, and I'm going to dry it with the ends up so that the air can get to it. I'm not as worried about the plant side getting sun right now. And this one has 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 eyes on it, so I could cut this one in half as well. And we'll just let all of this dry. And I'll continue with all of the rest of these until I get all of them done. This one's got 2 big eyes on it, but it's got several little ones. I think I'll just cut it right in half. I want to cut it in half. Today we'll be planting the potatoes. The ends that were cut have oxidized and are now dry. So we don't have to worry about them getting any kind of fungus or anything. They each have eyes on them. This one has 2. Each of them should have at least 2. And a friend of mine's going to come over and help me get these in the ground today.
Most gardeners plant seed potatoes about 10 to 12 inches apart, with row spacing about 30 to 36 inches apart for good airflow and room to heal. You can plant seed potatoes about 4 inches deep or deeper if your soil is loose. Later, you can heal the soil up around the plants as they grow if they are indeterminate, meaning that they continue to grow and produce tubers further up the stem. But if, like the Kennebec, they are determinate, which means they produce potatoes directly below the plant, you won't need to heal them. This makes harvesting easier. Planting them 4 inches deep gives them good contact with the soil and good drainage. Clay soil like ours holds moisture well, but it can also get compacted. If yours is similar, consider adding compost or well-rotted organic matter along the rows before planting. This improves structure and drainage, helping the roots to spread. We added mushroom compost that we got from a mushroom company north of Houston, then planted a winter cover crop and tilled it in. If you missed that video, I'll try and link it below and at the end of this video, so you can go back and watch it after this one.
Now, since usually when I cut through here, I hit it with the tractor on this end. I don't want to start right on the very end, but I've marked these. This is 12 inches and this is 12 inches and then that's 6, because I wanted to make sure this one's 12 inches and 12 inches. So like if I start a row here, I can set this one even with it and it should stagger it. So we got a potato here and then here and then here, and then we'll move it down, and I won't adjust it with this. I'll just line up my regular line, and that way this one will just line up right with a potato here. Whoops, potato here, and put one up here. But that way they're staggered and they'll go like this, like a zigzag down through the bed. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay, I do have a shovel, a hand shovel. I don't know where I laid it down at, probably over there. So the first one will go in right there. Just set it off so you kind of keep it lined up where you're going to go. They don't have to be too deep. I'd say take the one that you're going to use and see about how deep you're going, and make sure that it's going to be covered. Yep, and eyes up, and that's it. We'll put one here, and then we'll be able to move this down like that and be able to mark the next two. That way you're not having to get up and down quite so much.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, this one, we'll just line this line up with the last potato planted so that we're not adjusting it to 6 inches every time. But that ought to help.
Sure. Make it seem easier.
Now, if you run across rocks or metal or anything like that in this soil, because it is the first time we've ever gardened here, and you're thinking, oh, if a potato starts growing right there, it's going to have to grow around it, and it's going to be a really funny looking potato when you get done. Like, not one you want to bake and present to friends. Maybe just chop it up and poke it in a stew.
Yeah, no one has to see that.
Just toss it off over on the outside and I'll come along and pick all that junk up later. Because I did find something that looked like a water faucet, but I don't think that that's what it was. I think it was some kind of a wire that was going through it, but it had a shutoff valve, and I don't understand that. I've never seen a shutoff valve on wire.
Who
But
knows?
like I said, it's an old homestead, and who knows what they were doing.
Also, it's crazy, I'm sure. This is such a good experience for me. I can't wait to garden today. That's how I'm gonna save going to the grocery store.
That's what I'm hoping, is to avoid going to the grocery store more.
Cause it's like $100, $100+ every time.
Oh, and I don't even get anything.
Yeah, literally. Me and Terry went the other day, and I was just like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. It was right after COVID. We hadn't been getting groceries for quite a while, and they were starting to open things back up, and I went and got groceries, just normal stuff that I would need to make meals for the next few weeks and what have you. Over $700. And I about passed out. I was like, how in the world are young couples able to afford this?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
how, especially when you have multiple kids, that's what I'm thinking. I have to have a garden. They're trying to kill us.
Oh, nope, I planted that one too. I'm digging them up instead of planting them. I lost my spot. I can't tell where they were planted at. That was my phone. Or your phone. Somebody's phone.
I think I felt it.
Soil with organic matter reduces compaction and improves earthworm activity. Once planted, as always, water thoroughly so that the soil settles around the seed pieces. Keep the soil consistently moist, not soggy, while they sprout. Too little water slows emergence. Too much invites rot. Potato planting is one of those moments where planning and patience meet, and the rewards could be months of harvest ahead. Thanks for planning with us on the Double N Farm, and next time, another seedling update and getting things ready for transplanting. I hope to see you there.